The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, a new fraternity house may be in the works. We have the details on where it will be. And did you see the half-naked runners running around campus? We will tell you why. And finally, another local business closes on Macomb Square. That and more now.
You're watching News 3 Live at 4 with Nico Hefflinger, Franny Smith, Sports with Amy Keller, and Weather with our team of meteorology students. Live at 4 starts now.
A new fraternity house could be coming to Macomb soon. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Franny Smith.
And I'm Jack Pluta, in for Nico Hefflinger. Sigma Alpha Epsilon has shown interest in the house located at 720 Wigwam Hollow Road. The boarding house currently has 19 tenants, all of which are international students. Property manager Jolene Fry says the property's owner has put a lot of money into the house in order to bring it up to code. She also says the parking lot still needs a little bit of work, but it is scheduled to be finished by next summer. Should the city allow the home to become a fraternity house, only 16 tenants would be allowed to live there at a time. The issue will be discussed Monday during City Council.
The Macomb City Council is discussing the increase of elected officials' salaries. City Administrator Dean Torreson says the city clerk has not received an increase since 2003, and the treasurer and mayor since 1997. Alderman at-large Dennis Moon says those elected knew what they were signing up for. If approved, the increases will not take effect until May of next year and will not affect the current fiscal year budget. Western Illinois University will be closed tomorrow in celebration of our nation's 16th president. Tomorrow will mark President Abraham Lincoln's 205th birthday. Numerous schools and businesses around the country will close to remember Honest Abe. The Campus Recreation Center will still be open for students wanting to get a workout from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Classes will resume as normal again on Thursday. And moving to weather, it may be blue skies and sunshine outside, but looks can be deceiving. Temperatures haven't left the single digits. We will see a break from these freezing temperatures. News 3's Nicholas Stewart has a look in our first forecast.
Yeah, it was pretty cold today. However, temperatures are going to be on the increase slowly through the day. We'll try and get there eventually. Currently in Macomb, we're sitting at 11 degrees. The humidity is kind of fairly decent, not too bad out there. However, the dew point only at 1. The one saving grace right now is the calmer wind, only blowing at 6 degrees right now. As we look at our regional temperatures across our area, you can see the colder air is off to the north, where the area of high pressure is sitting 9 degrees in Galesburg, 10 degrees in Bloomington. And as we look into what exactly happened last night, we had a very cold event that's set up. We had a very large area of high pressure set up right over the northern end of the state. Clear skies allowed for plentiful nighttime cooling. We had calm winds that, while that limited the wind chill factor, that doesn't allow the air to mix, so you get much colder conditions, and that meant for record lows. And as we go into the day, or as we look at the records yesterday, you can see Galesburg got down to -21, Peoria -13, Springfield at -13. So as we look at the first look forecast, cold continues. No major snowstorms are in the forecast. However, spring might be in sight. We'll have your full forecast in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks for that, Nick. Snow didn't stop a courageous group of runners from braving the elements for a great cause on Saturday. News 3's Jeff Marta has more on the Barely Naked Mile.
Snow fell early Saturday evening and the temperature peaked at 21 degrees. Students and faculty showed up in bunches to the Spencer Student Recreation Center for Western Illinois' first annual Nearly Naked Fun Run. Runners were asked to drop their clothes before the race, with the only restriction being to cover anything you would not want your grandmother to see. WIU student Chad Whitehall was excited about the opportunity.
It's for a good cause too, and it was cheap, and it's the naked mile. It's a nearly naked mile. I've never done anything like it before.
Campus Recreation brought in dozens of sponsors that donated raffle prizes and refreshments for the event. Nearly naked runs have become somewhat of a college craze over the past few years. Millie McDonald, the campus recreation director, explained the reasoning of a February race.
We're going to do it in February. It's got to be short, and let's make it fun. Let's do an edgy theme that the students will like.
Over 150 runners registered for the 1-mile trek, while a bunch more signed up the day of. Although the weather was less than ideal conditions to run in, the community still turned out.
A little nervous, actually. It's a little cold. A little nervous. I'm definitely not going to be breaking any PRs today, that's for sure.
The race was created to benefit the tornado victims of Washington, Illinois. On top of cash donations, race participants were also encouraged to donate clothing to those in need.
Every penny that the students register and community, every penny of that goes to the victims.
After the race, awards were given to the top finishers and several prizes were raffled off. The Rec Center hopes to hold nearly naked runs for years to come. Reporting for News 3, I'm Jeff Martin.
Yeah, baby, Pat!
The run collected over $2,000 that will be donated to the Central Illinois chapter of the American Red Cross. And if you're a student that has less than 60 hours or have been at Western for less than 4 semesters, housing renewal is now open. If you need to update your housing, switch up your roommates, or change your room selection for the 2014-2015 school year, the deadline is February 28th, 2014. For students that are eligible to live off campus, you have until March 1st, 2014 to cancel your resident hall contract. If you are unable to cancel your contract before that date, a breakage fee will be charged to your account.
The Western Illinois University Campus Sustainability Committee has created a Student Fund Award. The award is designed to support student research, campus projects, and professional presentations in the area of sustainability. All students are eligible to apply for up to $500. The application deadline for this semester is February 15th. College scholarships may be hard to come by, but for this one, all you have to do is tweet. The NCAA is giving away $10,000 in scholarship money to the top 16 schools who tweet in their 6th fan competition. The winning school will receive a $100,000 donation to its scholarship fund. To win, simply tweet #6fan and #WILL to vote for your leathernecks. The first round ends in 5 days. Western currently holds the 7th spot.
Every week, News 3 brings you a pet of the week, but many of you may not realize how many dogs or cats don't get adopted. Shanae Glasgow reports from our local animal shelter here in Macomb.
Each and every year, hundreds, thousands, even millions of animals are brought to and taken from shelters around the world. And the McDonough County Animal Shelter here in Macomb is no exception. Nationwide, the American Humane Society says that nearly 3.7 million animals are euthanized each year, simply because no one can adopt them. With the overpopulation of animals increasing day to day worldwide, it is making it extremely difficult to get each and every animal adopted. Laura Taylor, an assistant animal control officer at the McDonough County Animal Shelter, says that they are a kill shelter and that there are not that many no-kill shelters around. The shelter's policy for each and every animal that comes in has recently changed within the last year.
They have 2 months to try to be adopted out. During that 2 months, the Humane Society comes in, takes pictures of the animals, we take pictures of the animals, we get them out on flyers, we get them out on Facebook.
With those flyers and Facebook posts, it took Laura just 2 months before she adopted her first dog, Rocky.
Shake, other hand. Good boy.
Rocky was adopted on June 16th of 2012. Rocky was originally for a friend, but they fell through with the adoption.
I couldn't see him coming back here, so I decided to keep Rocky for myself, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
The McDonough County Animal Shelter has many animals needing a home, and it can be where you too find your best friend.
I'm a good dog.
In Macomb, News 3, I'm Shanae Glasgow.
For more information, you can visit the McDonough County Animal Shelter located at 1743 North Lafayette Street, East Tower Road.
You're in for a treat for this week's Pet of the Week. There's not one, but 2 pets. Emmanuel and Nicholas are orange tabbies who look like twins. The domestic cats are 2 short-haired males that were both stray drop-offs. They're about 6 months old and grew up in the shelter together. Like the McDonough County Animal Shelter page on Facebook to find out more on adopting cats or dogs. Tune in on Thursday at 4 with Jay and Shanae to find out the next pet waiting for adoption. Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, alcohol and drugs on campus. One website says Western Illinois University ranks at the top of the list.
And an iconic child star passes away. We'll have more to the break.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Shirley Temple Black, who rose to fame as arguably the most famous child actress in history, has passed away. Her publicist said she died peacefully at her home in Woodside, California from natural causes Monday night. Temple starred in box office hits such as Curly Top and Heidi, commanding a then unheard $50,000 per movie before she even turned 10. She retired from filmmaking at 22 to embark on a new career as a foreign diplomat. She served in the U.S. delegation to the United Nations from 1969 to 1974 and was a U.S. ambassador to Ghana and Czechoslovakia. She was 85.
Do Western students have a drinking and drug problem? BusinessInsider.com recently ranked WIU 4th and 6th in the nation in on-campus drug and alcohol arrests. News 3's Tyler Eddy has the report on WIU's potential problem.
Honestly, that was a little bit shocking.
The last thing I want is being known for being a party school.
The numbers compiled by Business Insider were taken from campus police reports from all over the nation. It was based on arrests per 1,000 students. Office of Public Safety Director Scott Harris doesn't think the numbers truly reflect what really happens on a college campus.
I don't think that we're any different than any other college campus. We have some people that make mistakes. I personally believe that we do two things here at Western. We give our students knowledge, we give them an education, but we also give them life experiences.
One thing the Business Insider article does not say is that the statistics are outdated. The statistics come from numbers from 2011 when Western has data from 2012.
Officer Harris also says the numbers could be misleading because Business Insider did not take into account guests that visit campus.
When we talk about numbers, not all those numbers are from WIU students. Okay, if you're asking me, do I think we have drug-crazed students running around campus? Answer is no. Do we have visitors that sometimes come here? Yes, we do.
Although a headline may read one thing, sometimes you have to take a closer look at the numbers. In Macomb for News 3, I'm Tyler Eddy.
A majority of people found the article to be misleading, but BusinessInsider.com says they stand by their numbers.
The 41st annual WIU Jazz Festival is now underway. Starting tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, a jam session will take place at Cafe Aroma. Then a jazz ensemble will take place this Friday night at 7:30 in the Kofac Recital Hall. The performance will feature special guest guitarist Dave Stryker. Tickets for the event can be picked up at the Hainline Theater box office.
Another business is leaving the square, and it has some loyal customers pretty bummed. News 3's Chris Lovingood went to Capitol Music this weekend to visit the store before the doors permanently close.
Capitol.
How often do you shop here?
Not as often as I would have liked.
I came in when I was around the square and stuff, but I spent a lot of time at the knitting store over there making crafts.
It's the best place to come in if you want to pre-order something or order something that you don't see. They order it right away for you.
How you feel about them closing, man?
It sucks. Like he said, it's been here quite a long time. I've been here for a couple of years. So
I'm pretty bummed. I just learned about it a couple days ago, and I think it sucks. You know, it's definitely a void that I don't see is going to be filled here for a while.
Ooh, Donkey Kong 64. How much do you think you dropped in the day, man?
Probably at least 50.
At least 50?
At least 50. Still haven't looked through everything, so.
This is the only place I've been able to find my music. And I'm from Chicago. Can't find nothing up there. I had to come all the way to Macomb to find my music.
I used to shop at this store at least once a week, literally minimum, sometimes 2-3 times. I'd do DVDs. I have about a couple of my game systems that I own from here. This was where I used to come.
Where are you gonna go now?
I have no clue. To be absolutely honest, I have no clue.
Chris was unable to get Capitol's owner for an on-camera interview, but the owner did tell him his business is closing due to a number of reasons. One being it didn't do as much business last year as he had hoped. Capitol Records will continue their clearance sale this weekend. Coming up on News 3's Live at 4, freezing temps continue to hit the area.
News 3's Nicholas Stewart is back with your full look at the weather forecast after the break.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
So what you want to do is, have you already enrolled? You're 25. What did that just do? Select the drop-down menu again. Wait. It's like you're already enrolled. Example here, so don't panic. You're ready to make your payment. Submit. There it is.
Oh my God.
Oh, I really can't believe it. That's awesome. Good for you.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We know what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
After what was a very cold night, we finally made it at least into the double digits. We're at 11 degrees currently right now at the 4 o'clock hour. Dew point sitting at 0 degrees, so it's very low humidity values out there, only 61%. But look at that high pressure, 30.45. That's very high compared to normal. If we look at the visible satellite imagery, you can see all this white. It's actually snow cover, not the cloud cover. It's almost like we're in the Antarctic right now. A little bit of clouds right now in northern Missouri kind of pushing our way, but dominantly sunny conditions. And with the sunny conditions, there's absolutely nothing at all showing up on radar. Very clear conditions for us at this hour. As we look at across the region right now, you can see Davenport's at the low spot, only at 11 degrees. Chicago at 14. This is where the cold air is, all up in the north. That's where this big area of high pressure is. The big story, while we're fairly quiet, is in the southeast. A major ice storm is looking to set up for parts of the southeast. This is ice accumulation. This gray area, this is maxed off the scale. This is over 1.5 inches of ice. That on power lines will create very, very dangerous conditions. But for us, big high pressure in place right now, cold and sunny conditions. As we go into the day tomorrow, high pressure pushes off to the east. A new one kind of develops in the lower Ohio River Valley. Cold front comes up from the northwest, but that kind of fizzles out as we go into the day on Thursday. This little warm front, however, comes in from the west. That'll bring up our temperatures just a little bit. However, as we look into the longer term, spring might be on the horizon. This is temperature anomalies according to our longer term model. Temperatures above normal over 15 degrees. We are definitely in need for that. But for tonight, -4, clouds will be increasing through the night. As we go into tomorrow, 26, slight chance of snow. But as we go into the 5-day forecast, you can see temperatures will kind of start warming up. That'll feel like a heat wave on Thursday with 38 degrees. I wouldn't doubt we might actually hit near the 40 mark given the sunshine, but cooler conditions as we go into the weekend.
Well, let's hope this is the last of that.
You said 40, right? Not negative
almost,
40?
Yes, 40, positive 40. It'll be a beautiful thing. I think I'll have to break out the shorts for that.
All right, thanks for that, Nick.
Yep.
Amy, I heard you got some news regarding Shaun White.
Ooh, I do. Spoiler alert, guys. He did not place in the Olympics. And the former Olympic champion finished 4th in the halfpipe. So be sure to stay tuned for your update on the Olympics as well as your WIU sports.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Today marks the 4th day of the 2014 Winter Olympics. Let's take a look at the current medal update for you guys. Norway continues to be the most successful nation in the Winter Olympic history. The country currently leads with 11 medals, followed by Canada with 9 and the Netherlands with 8. America currently stands at 5th, holding 2 gold medals, 1 silver and 4 bronze. The gold medals awarded to the U.S. were both from slopestyle snowboarders Sage Kotzenberg and Jamie Anderson. The Olympics weren't the only games to kick off this week. Western Illinois softball is 4-0 for the first time since the 1984 season. The Leathernecks dominated all weekend long, outscoring their opponents 29-9. Sophomore Casey Hart was 2-0, allowing just 4 hits in 12 innings pitched. At the plate, junior Tegan Walsh led the team, going 9 for 17 with 9 RBIs in the tournament. The Leathernecks will head to Auburn, Alabama for the Tiger Invitational tomorrow. They will play 5 games throughout the weekend. And with the start of a new season comes the end to another. Western swimming and diving team concluded their regular season at Iowa on Friday. Our own Alex Doherty sat down with head coach Greg Nauman to discuss what could give them an edge in the Summit League Championship.
You've got a freshman on your team, Chris Neville.
He's set 2 school records so far, personal and another on the relay.
Chris is a tremendous talent. It's been one of those things where it was just truly a blessing to be able to have Chris decide to come to Western. He's been kind of one of those guys who's like, Coach, can I get out swim today? I want to take out this pool record. Okay, you know, that record's pretty ridiculous, and he goes out and he does it.
You have a diver. You said that she was a swimmer and a diver, Julia Rasmussen.
Yep.
Tell us a little about her diving abilities, her swimming abilities. You don't really get too much of a swimmer and diver.
Julia's just got a tremendous work ethic. She likes to try and beat her guys' team. And anytime she's got that opportunity, she's with it, and she's not going to back down. So she's got that work mentality that is needed to be able to pull off being able to dive that well, and then being able to be at the top of our sprint freestyle group. Awesome.
Well, I got one last question for you. You just had your last regular meet in Iowa this past weekend. Now at the Summit League Championship coming up on its way in the 19th in Indiana?
Correct.
How are you guys looking to prepare your team?
As far as we compare to the rest of our rest of the schools in our conference, we're going to have a pretty, I think, tight competition between us and South Dakota State, and then also IUPUI. Eastern did beat us last year after we beat them twice during the regular season. So they ended up wrestling really well last year, but we're hoping that because of bringing in Chris, because of not really losing anybody, we're going to have a really good opportunity to just be able to blow Eastern out of the water.
The Summit League Championship will take place on February 19th in Indianapolis. And it's almost time for Leatherneck Spring football. Head coach Bob Nielsen and the football program will hold tryouts on Monday, February 17th. There's an informational meeting with the training staff at 8 a.m. on Friday. For more information, contact the football office or log on to goleathernecks.com.
Be able to catch me trying out there, Amy. See you on the field. Thanks for that. Coming up, in honor of the Olympics, a Minnesota college student makes his own hockey rink in his backyard.
The story after the break.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Where do you think you're going?
Is your body holding you back?
I want to go running. Not with that knee, you're not. I'm fine. Negative.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age.
With that shoulder, you're going to pick up that truck. Really?
Keeping you from working, playing, or just plain moving.
Let's not pick her up. What do you say?
Yet a lot of people who live with pain fight back.
Use your head. Save your back. My bride, my rules.
And regain their lives.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa. I'm going running. I'm going running.
Got to see this. Come on, pick it up.
Fight for your mobility. Find your own inspiration at anationinmotion.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Come on. I'll take it from here.
A Minnesota college student and hockey player built his very own crushed ice course in his own backyard.
Cole Myers sprayed water on this snowy hillside several times a day for 2 weeks until it was just right.
Boy, that looks like fun. Well, that's all the time we have for this newscast. For Amy Keller, I'm Jack Pluta.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Franny Smith.
Good Morning America will be off tomorrow because of Lincoln's birthday, but be sure to keep up to date with our Facebook page or news3wiu.com.
Have a great night, everyone.